right, on this Friday, our guest Ain't Getaway taking you to Ironton this weekend.
I know. So here to tell us all about the Woodland Cemetery Historic Walk, we have the president of the Lawrence County Museum and Historical Society, Nicole Cox, and you brought with you Trustee Sue Lunsford. Thank you all for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Before we talk about the event itself, let's start by learning a little bit more about the Historical Society and some of the things that you do in your community.
So the Historical Society has been there since the 1920s, and the museum where it is now has been there since the mid-80s.
My goodness.
And
a lot of history there.
And what are some of the different community activities that you do? You know, what's kind of that main purpose of the Historical Society?
So the purpose is to preserve and promote our local history. We collect artifacts, reach out to the community, just try to keep it going through speaking events and things we have throughout the year.
I know you all have some events that you've already had this year, and you're getting ready for some more. Tell us about them.
So we've had this year the Pie Social and Contest, the Spring Tea. We did a law enforcement appreciation event. And then tomorrow is our biggest event of the year, the Cemetery Walk. It'll be at Woodland Cemetery starting at 5 o'clock. We'll have 25 to 30 actors portraying some of the most interesting people at Woodland.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
We're excited.
I bet you always get a good turnout for that too.
We have a lot. It's our biggest event.
Okay, now tell us a little bit more about what takes place at the. You said you've got 40 people that are going to be playing, you know, different historical figures. What are some of those? And talk to us about how this all kind of ties in with your goal of preserving that history of Ironton.
So we have an actor portraying John Campbell, who's the founder of Ironton, Nanny Kelly Wright, the female Iron Master of our region. So they dress up in the period attire and tell their story and tidbits and different information about them. So it's a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
Really interesting.
Now, Sue, do you dress up? Are you one of the actors?
Yes, I do. I'm Sarah Campbell. I'm John Campbell's cousin.
Okay.
And that's what I do.
So talk to us about how do you prepare for this type of a role?
Well, I have
a lot of reading.
Yes, we have to look it up and find out what it is, and then try to memorize it or make you some little notes. And then I have to find someone that will play my husband and all this stuff, and find you a dress that looks like it come out of the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
And
now, where do you find period clothing?
Well, I have a long dress that I've got a long time ago, and you just have to look the stores through in the wintertime to find long dresses and long skirts, wear long sleeves blouses with them.
Right.
And then and a hat, you get you a hat.
Oh, how fun.
And you stand there and you tell these people's life stories, what they did when they were living. And it's to teach history to our kids, too.
Yeah.
Now, you play Sarah Campbell.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about her role and maybe her history in Ironton.
Yeah.
Well, she was married to Hiram Campbell, which is John Campbell's wife, or cousin, and they lived right across the side street from us. And I have a gentleman who's going to play my husband, and I always come in and interrupt him while he's talking, and he talks about him buying us a small house in Ironton way back then, and I say, a small house that had 22 rooms. Can you imagine living in that house? And then it goes on through, you know, and I tell them that they said that I was a kind and generous lady, but at one time we had a lot of visitors came to our house to eat and this and that and the other. At one time, Rutherford B. Hayes came to our house to eat, the President of the United States.
The President?
Yes.
Wow.
And just fill in lines like that.
Sure. Some fun facts about people that we may not even have realized.
Yes.
Lived in this area.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
I like this idea too. You know,
Fun for all ages.
Yeah.
And my husband dedicated a window to one of the churches in town, and he spent $40,000 on this stained glass window back then, and now it's worth $1.2 million.
Wow, so it's just amazing things that you're going to learn. You could read it in a history book, but I mean, folks like Sue are going to bring it to life.
It does, absolutely, it does. I agree with Sue on that one. It makes it more fun to learn about history when it's right there in front of you rather than just reading about it on the pages. Tell us, though, this is all happening tomorrow in the evening. What hours are you going to be doing this? And tell us about how much a ticket costs, because I know you said that money is going to go back to you all to help with preserving Ironton's history.
So it runs from 5 to 7, so people can park at Vertiv at Lorraine and 9th Street in Ironton. They'll have shuttles to take them over. And then the event is free. It's open to the public. We'll sell programs with maps and descriptions of the characters for $3. All of that goes back to the Historical Society.
What a great idea.
And we take donations.
And where is the Historical Society located? Do you have a physical building that people can come in and visit with you?
It's the old Colonel Gray home. It's at 506 South 6th Street in Ironton.
Okay.
We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 4. And admission there is free as well. The museum operates solely off of donations.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful event to attend and a place to visit. We're always talking about gas tank getaways. We have so many neat places just right here in our own backyard.
We do. Yep, this one is not a far drive for everyone, and it is going to be a wonderful evening. Thank you both so much for coming on the show with us to talk about it today.
Yes, yes. Have fun.